Hi, my name's Tom, and I'll be presenting the USA Alpha launch of OneCoin presentation for you today. Very, very excited about the presentation. We have a lot of great things going on. You're looking at a ground floor opportunity that has major legs, meaning it's already in other countries. Over 211,000 paid members have joined OneCoin. Over 170 people have already maxed out the compensation plan at 35,000 euros per week. Okay, I can tell you, I've been in the industry for 20 years and I've never seen that type of traction that quick. And to have a company that has all of the technology in place, the amount of money that's gone into infrastructure to build out this company from day one and only be 7 months old is some companies are 5 years old. You don't see this kind of infrastructure in place. So it's my pleasure to present OneCoin to today, what we call the One Concept. We've got education, we've got currency, we've got a business opportunity that is world class, and I value your time. So let's get into it. My goal with the presentation is to show you what OneCoin is, what's in it for you, and ultimately how you can get started. So let's get cracking. Our OneCoin Promise to you is very simple. We want to provide you with a three-step business introduction system, simple to use. Okay, no technical skills required. We want to educate you on digital currencies. We'll offer you access to digital currencies. We'll show you how to create wealth with digital currencies. And starting to see a trend there, digital currencies. But we also are going to execute our business plan with world-class leadership, which we already have in place. And to get where this company has already in the first 7 months without any hiccups has just been nothing short of amazing. But our big promise is to help you realize the freedom that you're looking for. So those are our promises. If you like those, let's get into the presentation. As far as our checklist today, I'm going to introduce OneCoin to you, talk to you about the founder profile, how it increases in value, really what OneCoin is, our short-term strategy, our long-term strategy, and really how you can create money with this. And what's really cool about this, and I want to be very clear up front, you don't have to build a team. Okay, you can just acquire our tokens and take the education and acquire our coins, and you can have a potentially an appreciating currency that increases in value without you having to build any form of a team. So I want you to know that up front. Getting into first our system, we believe in sharing this. Okay, so if you like what you're doing, we're creating a culture of freedom, and that freedom is something that people really like sharing. But we provide a simple 7-hour wealth system, and what that means is we want you to dedicate, if you want to do the business, we'd love for you to dedicate 1 hour per night towards sharing OneCoin, because that's the way it's really going to proliferate and expand all over the world, is by people saying, hey, I found a new currency that values freedom, a currency that appreciates, a currency that creates wealth, and I want to share it with you. And when you have something that's creating wealth for you, it's very easy to share. But our 7-hour wealth system focuses on automation, duplication, and creation. And let me explain what that means. We call it the ADCs of internet marketing, not the ABCs. But we focus on automation of marketing. We have Facebook-based presentations, robo-reminder calls for presentations and big events, auto-posting systems, lead generation pools, and cooperatives. We have everything in place for you from a marketing standpoint to where you can literally press a button and send out 21 messages automatically, say 1 per week over the next 21 weeks with a click of a button. So we've got some really cool tools that help you share it while you're out doing the things that you want to be doing. Now, as far as duplication of team, we have a system that does the explaining, training, and enrolling for you. You will never have to do this presentation. I'll be glad to do it for you 1,000,000 times, or somebody will. And it's great to have people that have a lot of knowledge about this, but know how to explain it in a simple way. And that's our goal today, is for you to go, aha, I totally get this, and I can do this. When we talk about creation of wealth, we're talking about focusing on quality of life results. We don't do any hotel meetings. We do business from the comfort of our own home. Three-way call. We don't do any three-way calls. No chasing prospects. That's not what this system is about. It's about, hey, Tom, I want to share an idea with you. I want to share a currency with you that's appreciating in value. Would you be interested in a currency that's appreciating in value? Well, of course you would be. And so the OneCoin system, our ADC system, has I can do it written all over it, because in less than 10 minutes you can have it set up with absolutely no technical skills. So digital currency, you're like, oh boy, cryptocurrency sounds, kind of nefarious, Tom. Well, it's not. It's not a fad. It's huge. Okay, you look at Bitcoin at $11 billion in market cap. It's bigger than most U.S. corporations. I mean, it's real. But irrespective of your opinion, according to Wired, the rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies really cannot be ignored. Today, there are a number of billion-dollar businesses that accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, including Dell, Overstock, Reddit, Expedia, Reed Jewelers, PayPal, and Microsoft. So for the uninitiated who have not yet grasped what Bitcoin is and other cryptocurrencies, you really ought to catch up, because it's going to be very important, over the next 5 to 10 years. You'll be using different forms of currencies for different things. But let's talk about the sovereign powers. Like, how do you create a currency? I mean, what's this all about? You create currency every day. If you have kids, you definitely do it, and I'll explain that in a minute. But definition of a sovereign is a monarch, king, queen, or supreme ruler, or a group of people like us, or a body of persons like OneCoin, or a state having a sovereign authority. They want to create a currency where we can, bartering is a form of currency. Groups come together, barter groups, and there's different ways of creating currency. Today, most people see sovereign nations creating currency, and they use that power to control cultures through taxation and debt. Tomorrow, what I call tomorrow world, is what we're going to be a part of. Sovereign individuals will create currency. Sovereign individuals and groups like OneCoin will create currency and create cultures that value freedom. So OneCoin, in our opinion, is the future of currency for a culture that values freedom. Do you value freedom? If you do, you're going to love our currency, because that's what it's all about. Currency is also a form of communication. Governments, companies, adults, children create currency every day. Today, it seems like everyone owns a printing press. It used to be that the Fed, the Swiss National Bank, European Central Bank, they print paper notes, they put a number on them, and they call them a currency. Well, truth is, they're not really worth the paper that they're printed on. But companies create rewards programs, frequent flyer mile programs, buy 3 and get 1 free. That's a form of currency. Adults, I know I use our Wi-Fi code at our home as leverage. So if the chores aren't done, I change the Wi-Fi code and the chores get done. Or the iPhone, take it away, and amazingly, the grades start improving. So that's a form of currency in our household. I don't know about yours, but it definitely works. Children trade baseball cards, Pokemon cards, marbles, Beanie Babies. In the old days, chestnuts. I mean, there's all kinds of forms of currency, but currency is created when people have a need to express value or exchange value. And I think it's very important to understand that currency has been around for a long time. Just because we put it in ones and zeros and make it digital doesn't make it any different than picking chestnuts off of a tree and making it a physical currency. So the state of currency, we say in the new world of digital currencies, governments and sovereigns no longer have the sole authority that is created by ownership of the printing press. And let me explain what that means. New York Times has 4 stories, 4 miles, 3-story printing press, 4 miles worth of printing press, 3 city blocks or whatever it is, and by them for so long, because they had that printing press, they were the authority because they could print the paper. Well, today somebody can establish a WordPress blog and put up pictures of celebrities, and next thing you know, they're the next TMZ, and they are an authority. They print currency, celebrity currency in that regard. So users of the currency determine the value of a currency, not by the sovereignty of the printing press that created it. So I think it's important that you understand that it's not, really the users are the ones that are going to determine what currency they use and the value that it has. Authority is now derived by the use of currency and a culture that values it. And like I say, our culture values freedom, and that's really what our currency is all about. It's about creating, they say, money can't buy you happiness, but I can tell you that money does buy the time that you can be happy in. So if we can end the argument on that right there, I think that'll satisfy everybody. People say money can't buy happiness. Typically, they're the ones that have never had money anyway. Yeah, I've had money, and I definitely am a lot happier with money than I am without it. I don't know about you. But attributes of currency, let's look at this for a minute. And what determines the value of a currency? Perception. Do people believe in the value? Do they believe in the number that's on the piece of paper? Transparency. Do people trust the issuer? We live in the United States, and our Federal Reserve is not even audited. There's no. You'd think that they'd be audited. Maybe they don't want us to know really how much currency's been issued or what the real facts are. I don't know, but it seems odd to me that the most trusted financial organization in the world would be unaudited. The guarantee, what is the value based on? Right now, I know in the United States, I think we have like $5 trillion in assets or something like that, the country, including the military and everything. We owe a lot more than that. So, what's the guarantee? Full faith and credit of X government? Well, some governments are losing credibility very quickly. Just ask Greece. Access, can it be transported and transacted easily with a magnetic stripe or with Apple Pay or whatever? Will you be able to transport it and transact it easily? Culture, does it facilitate communication? And so does it facilitate what people want? And I tell people, if you haven't gotten what you want, maybe the currency that you're involved in has enough restrictions on it to where you're not able to achieve that. And so maybe look at a different currency, one that appreciates, one that grows in value rather than one that depreciates and declines in value. How does your currency stack up against these attributes? That's a good question for you to answer. And if you're in the business of creating wealth, these are definitely questions that you ought to consider. So you can't do this presentation without talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the pioneer, and we're riding its coattails. The success of it started in 2009, 2008-ish by an anonymous person with an open source software that they published online under bitcoin.org. And it was made famous. Urban legend stories like the $8 million pizza and the lost hard drive in the garbage dump, and all the different stories that made people want Bitcoin and get involved in it. Of course, it was discredited a little bit by Silk Road, an underground network of illegal activities, and the collapse of one of the exchanges, Mt. Gox, due to some fraud. But that's because they don't have central controls. They don't really have people monitoring that. It's just kind of a self-organizing community that trusts that the blockchain will track every transaction accurately. 250,000 users worldwide. As I mentioned, OneCoin's already got 211 in less than 7 months. They have an $11 billion market value, and OneCoin, I got a feeling, is going to blow that out of the water. But that's just a projection of my own, not of the company's. When you look at the problems with Bitcoin, they have lack of central exchange, lack of dedicated management team, lack of transparency. There's a lack of an independent auditor. How do you know what's true? And I think that's that's why it really hasn't gotten mass adoption. Today, Bitcoin is a recognized asset by the Internal Revenue Service, and people like Ben Bernanke, former chair of the Federal Reserve, has recognized it very clearly as a currency that people are using, and it's legitimate. So when you look at Bitcoin, it blew up. I mean, it went from $0 to $1, 25 cents per coin, and shot up to all the way to 1,000. It's probably the #1 performing investment in the last 5 years that you could have put your money in. People find that hard to believe, but it is. It's widely traded. You can buy Bitcoin and turn it into dollars, euros, Swiss francs, whatever currency you want very quickly. It's a very efficient system that enables people to transact in Bitcoin. And so, we look at what potentially, OneCoin could be worth in the next year, 2 years, or 3 years. Wow, I can tell you, when you can buy stuff at $1 and it goes to $100 in value or $500 in value, you can create wealth very quickly with that type of scenario. And I see millions of users using OneCoin in less than 24 months. So I'm very, very excited about the company, and we're at the right place at the right time. So why will OneCoin beat Bitcoin? More advanced, more secure. We have one exchange where people will trade it instead of hundreds of them. That way you prevent the aspects for fraud and people losing their money. It's all in one place, and we can audit it and keep tight controls over it. Dedicated management. It's kind of like stocks. I mean, if stocks could be traded on any exchange in the world without registration, without any form of tracking system, that would cause for real issues with people trading stock that maybe doesn't exist. We like having one exchange, one trust, place where people can know that everything is kept under control. Dedicated management, we have that. We have incredible management. We have our own dedicated mining pool where you can just participate. You won't have to go out and buy computer equipment, set up big server rooms to try and achieve wealth with OneCoin. We have the know your customer procedures already in place, so we won't be, under the scrutiny of the long arm of the European community and, of course, the United States, because we'll know every customer that is doing a transaction because they're registered with our company. We're very early stage, so you can get in right now and be getting coins at 50 cents to $1 a piece and get them in smaller denominations instead of $400 and $500 per coin like you're having to pay with Bitcoin. That kind of scares people away when it's kind of like buying one share of Berkshire Hathaway for $45,000. People are more apt to go buy a penny stock than they are one share at $45,000. So it's kind of this perceptual thing. Doesn't mean the quality's any less. It just means that you're not going to get a mass amount of people buying into what you're doing unless it's at an affordable price. So let's look at the OneCoin introduction, and I'll get into what our actual product is. It's brilliantly put together, but I got to answer the question first: why OneCoin? Why now? Well, because people have a desire to communicate globally and locally in currency. And it's nice to have a currency that is ubiquitous, that can be used anywhere in the world, and people see the value of it. People are seeking value from valueless, currencies. They're carrying around paper in their pocket, and they're not sure what it's worth. People question their national and sovereign currencies as to, well, how much of this are you going to print? Are my kids going to be in an economic prison for the rest of their life because of the amount of printing that's going on? But I think ultimately people want freedom from you fill in the blank. Okay, what do you want freedom from? You want freedom from your job? You want freedom from debt, a repressive economy? What do you want freedom from? Well, we have a currency that will operate independent of economies. Okay, and it'll grow in value based on the number of people that trust the value of it, and it'll have some asset backing to it as well, which we're excited about that. But OneCoin communicates freedom, value, and transparency. When you see the way we have it set up, people go, I can value this, I can trust it, and I can transact it. And to me, those are three very important things. And this is one of the reasons why. We have a phenomenal founder and chief operating officer. She knows how to rule a company, and she knows how to do things right. She gets things done quickly. When they needed an office in Dubai, it was set up in 2 weeks and up and running. I mean, it's just she's got a degree in law from Oxford. She's got a degree in economics, master's degree, former partner with McKinsey, one of the most respected consulting companies in the world. She's been a two-time Businesswoman of the Year in Bulgaria. She's going to be featured on Forbes magazine. I mean, this is a woman that's got a lot to lose. So she's not putting together a company that will tarnish her reputation. She's putting together a world-class company that we can all be proud of because of her diligence. So I'm excited for Dr. Rusha Ignatova to be a part, to be the leader of this company, and really to go out and put everything in place that we need to be legal. She hires the best law firms, the best CPA firms. She gets it, okay? And she knows how to create credibility, and that's why I think so many people have joined this company, is because we have a proven leader at the top of the helm. So what do we sell? Well, we've got our OneAcademy packages, and that's really our core activity, is member education, interactive content. We have multiple educational levels that you can get involved in, affordable levels, all the way up to 5,000 euros. Our top package, you get free tokens with every package, and those tokens can be used to exchange slots for mining OneCoin, buying OneCoin, transacting things that you want to transact. So it's kind of like our internal currency for our members. We also have online classrooms. The course contents include cryptocurrency analysis, trading fundamentals, price analysis, gold investment information. We've got lots of different things you're going to learn through our OneAcademy. We also have One Exchange, where you can come in and you can convert your tokens into coins, trade them with other members, whatever you want to do. But these tokens are real value that come with your educational programs. And we also have splits. The company will do splits. So if you have 3,000 tokens now and they do a split, you may have 6,000 tokens. And as that increases in value, you look at people that bought Microsoft or Dell or Walmart stock, and through all the stock splits that happen, people became super, super wealthy. And the same type of model is going to be used within OneCoin, and we're very excited about that. We have our own blockchain, so every transaction is documented, and it's transparent, so you can see what's going on. Every coin that's mined, everything, every transaction is documented through our blockchain. So you can't do a transaction in OneCoin without it going across this ticker tape. So that kind of ends our presentation. We've got some packages. If you're interested in getting a package, educational package, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about that on the website and the different prices and what they include. Ultimately, if you're looking at the business, I would encourage you to go to the next video, step number 2, and check out the OneCoin compensation plan. We have an awesome comp plan. Like I said, you don't have to build a team to make money with this company. Your currency is designed to appreciate, okay? And just by the mere expansion of our group and the number of people wanting coins and the demand and the amount of mining that's going on, you don't have to build a team. But if you want to, you want to make 10%, on any direct sales you make, if you want to make a 10% network bonus on your network, if you want matching bonuses up to 4 levels, up to 25% matching bonuses, startup bonuses, a points program where you can accumulate like frequent flyer or corporate flyer miles where you can use it in exchange for lifestyle luxury items, splits, gold coins. We have a really incredible program. We got a gold coin out of Dubai that's going to be a part of this. So every coin that's purchased will have some gold backing to it, and I think that's awesome. Our leadership program is second to none. I mean, it's awesome. And then of course our One Payments card, that's what allows us to transact business with each other, with vendors, and ultimately that'll be tied into a MasterCard where we can make a transaction through our OneCoin program. And you got OneCoins in your wallet, you want to go buy something, swipe your MasterCard, and it's converted automatically into whatever currency you need and ultimately applied to your MasterCard. So if you're interested in the business, I would encourage you to go to step number 2. This ends the step number 1 as far as our presentation. Just go down to the button below this video and click on it, and it'll take you to a website where you can learn more about the prices of the educational packages. Again, if you're interested in the business, go on to step number 2, and we'll show you the compensation plan. Again, 170 people maxing out the comp plan, which requires you to be making at least 35,000 euros a week. 170 people within 7 months. That's worth exploring. I mean, that's pretty serious money. So it's been a real pleasure presenting OneCoin to you today. I look forward to going on to the next step and learning about our compensation plan, or clicking on the button below and just becoming a member and acquiring your tokens so you can get some coins. I think you'll find this to be an incredibly rewarding program, and one that you'll look back on and be glad that you made the decision to get involved. So this is Tom signing off. I appreciate your time. I'll see you on the other side.